In this video, I'm going to show you how to create this, the Tree of Teleportation. I promise anybody can do this. You have to just be patient and have a little bit of imagination. The first thing is I want to say I used scrap clay. I got this idea sitting one day thinking about how my pendants could really transform gameplay. And I said, what about this tree that actually would be something that a player could carry around and take a leaf off and utilize and to be able to get back to a place? And so here we go. First, I took scrap clay. Again, you can use clay that is not scrap. I just love the way the colors look together. And who doesn't like to use up pieces that are, leftovers? I took a cookie cutter. It was actually a round Sculpey cookie cutter, and I pressed where I thought it would look the best. And then I rolled out by hand more scrap clay. There's multiple pieces here. Folks, there's not any particular amount. I just looked at it and felt what felt right. And then I used my scissors to start trimming it up and cutting it and getting it to about a quarter of an inch round to an eighth of an inch. I squoze them together. Let's say, approximately 10 ish on each side. I just laid them out, saw where they would lay, and then I started separating them out, as you can see here. I took every single one, and I'm going to show you how I decided to give it more interest, to give it a little bit of a gnarly look, and just simply twist it. There's no braiding involved. They're just being twisted around each other. And with that being said, this is what the result ends up being, is this kind of a ethereal, kind of enchanted, sort of spooky forest kind of a vibe. As I'm actually forging the piece and twisting the branches and twisting the roots, I'm thinking about the storyline in my head and what I want the player characters to feel. I want to be able to imagine it, so when I get to the gameplay, I already have an idea and a purpose in mind for my pieces. So this particular one here, I thought about perhaps like an NPC, giving it to one of the characters to help them through the quest. The leaves themselves that you'll see me put on later, each one has a magic embellishment to it where they can take a leaf off, rub it on a tree, do incantation, and then revisit that tree if they're in another place and come back to it because of this. And, when it comes down to it, I think that that's really just as important as the pendant itself, is what the purpose is, and figuring out who would probably use this, why would they use this, and how it potentially could help their campaign. So after I had twisted the tree branches and the roots, I'm ready to get started with the petals. I used tiny little cutters that were in the shape of leaves that could be used as a petal or it could be used as a leaf. Of course, in this case, I just did random petals utilizing different parts of the clay itself. And I think that the different colors goes along really well with this sort of ethereal look. Like, for example, like the Feywild that, is one of the Dungeons and Dragons themes that they have. This place that's sort of magical. I could see this there, and it's really something that inspired me. So I want to thank you all for coming. I hope that gave you a great idea for your own campaigns, and I'll see you later.